Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. We are going to begin right where we last left off, continuing this fourth class trial. Now doing the second half of it, after we just learned the basic mystery of the Funhouse.
I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Anyway.
I never expected the Funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such action.
I see.
It's fine.
Alright.
Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know. Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Alright, Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? Probably damaged if he was being senseless with a blunt object. If he was being with a blunt object, it would have been a kill that utilized the building structure. But Nekomaru's cause of death also utilized the building structure. It was falling.
I see!
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the Funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Nekomaru died from falling. Where'd the killer shove Nekomaru from? I'm going to reach the truth behind this since I need to solve that mystery next. Well, they didn't shove him from anywhere. Like I said, they tied him to like the doorknob by the great door, and then just called the elevator down to the 1st floor, and then he probably just died. Alright, I'll just say broken doorknob.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekumaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside,
Damn it.
the other door won't open.
Good night, bud.
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I got it. This is a good night button. As long as a moving
When the
object
elevator is up, you
isn't
can't go
there.
through the door.
So
It'd
just
be
like
impossible.
Then,
make him go night
after
night.
locking they moved the
Make him
and
go.
made use of the...
Hold on, did you forget? As long as there's a moving object.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Had wrong control for the moment.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be
his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru's still in it. Jackie seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Like I said, they used the wire, tied him up, tied him to the doorknob, the broken doorknob. Yep, wire. Give me the wire. Bam.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
No.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Not
What
yet.
about the oil on the floor?
Oh.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I might shoot that. I might have to
How
shoot
about
that.
we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so... What if I start to enjoy it?
Okay, so it is the doorknob I have to shoot.
If
Do
you
I
arrange
shoot
it
it
a
with the
certain way, you
wire?
can cause the drop with...
So you're telling
think I
to think
do.
about the arrangement.
That arrangement...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the...
The doorknob on the floor seems...
There we go.
I agree with that.
I just there to be safe. Make sure I didn't shoot the wrong
Didn't
thing.
the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode, tied the tip of the wire into a knot, and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower,
Yep.
and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
the killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Really. And it's this guy is the dumbest one here.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Because he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, I'm in midair, this sucks, and he starts panicking, and then he breaks the doorknob. I'm just gonna keep it on... Radio clock
Even
wake
if
them
they
up,
suspended
right?
Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no
Okay,
way
waste
they
the
could
cut.
do that.
Oh no, I'm good.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Yeah.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Fuck, that was the wrong thing.
Crap. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to him. Now's the time if you... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Figure out how to kill...
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have... If he
Oh, I
was
forgot I
sleeping,
can't
there's no
slice
way he
it.
could do
Fuck.
that to himself.
So what am I supposed to do
But in
here?
that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop.
Damn it.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a... How would
Fuck, I
they
gotta
make
go
him
back
fall?
here.
There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's
I'm
no
right about
way
the
they
radio
could do
clock.
that.
It doesn't...
Let me look back at it. Fixed intervals. Wait a minute. Oh.
possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Clock alarm timer.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
That's what I did
Through those
wrong.
words.
That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong
What do you
thing.
think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
You woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why. If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
He wouldn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because power on the doorknob with both hands, but okay, because he thought like, oh, that won't work. That's really what it was. That's a clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed right into the floor. Nope, the moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think that happened to him was he collided with the pillar.
I see.
That's why the pillar has so much oil on it.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
The mystery I don't understand is seriously just one after another. I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. It would definitely be a clue to breaking through his contradiction. The killer messed with the clock. So when it said 7, it was probably fucking like, I don't know, like 8 or 9. That's what you go count wall clock. Right?
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
I don't know, I thought Nekomaru was dead around 7, but it sure was like 7. That's actually the time I'm going to break through his contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower
Fuck the alarm timer.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nick.
Let me just open up the alarm clock, the wall clock, to see what that says specifically. Yeah, see? Almost at 5:30. Guarantee you the clock was 2 hours off. So then when that said 5:30, it was actually 7:30. So the killer set this off the same time Nekomaru's alarm went off, so then they have an alibi. That's what it is.
Was set for 7:30 a.m.
He said one.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
Wall clock and see if it works.
His
That's what
time
he
of
said.
death
You know
and
what?
the time
Let me
of
just
body
try
was
this to
discovered.
see if this works.
One of those must be an.
The killer probably did.
They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Just wanted to check.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
Ooh, okay. So what do I shoot this at? Oh, I think I know what to do.
We headed for Grape Tower.
No, go back to radio
Before
clock
7 a.m.,
and
I
shoot
am
what
certain.
Connie
The alarm
said.
inside was set for 7. Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must.
The killer probably.
They probably messed with the clock inside.
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
I think I'm right with what I said, but I just can't say that yet. I need to go through other
No,
things.
the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
I'm really kind of, I don't think it should doubt the testimony. Doubt the clock. I'm thinking something was done, but what was it? I have to go look something if we're misunderstanding something. I think, our folks think I should go find the answer to that mystery. Oh, separate with snowboarding again. Nice. Yeah, more snowboarding. Yeah, let's go. Here we go. I like how everybody's like, oh no, we need to figure out who the killer is, or else we're all gonna die. And Hajime like, come on guys, time out. I need a snowboard in my mind. I need to do some snowboarding. Alright, speed boost. And slow down to this next question. Yep. Hajime and the others misunderstand. The time in the building. That should be it. Yep. And then whoop. 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 Oh god. Oh, that's a big jump. Oh god. How am I supposed to make that, huh? How am I supposed to make that? That's a tough jump. Up. 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 And then running star. Okay. Got it. Got it again. Which clock was tampered with? Building's clock. Nope, the building's clock was tampered with. For all the clocks in the buildings. Both buildings. Alright, whoop. Whoop. And whoop. And whoop. And oh no, it's not. Oh, I gotta get over here. I had to use my entire mouse pad just to go over there. Come on, what's the last question? Right here. House at the wrong time. Both of them. Killer went through before they even did anything, went through to each clock, changed all the times completely. There we go. We got it.
It's all coming together.
We're getting there. We're definitely getting there.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
What?
all the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
He's right, that's the main problem. Clarified by how much time was off after the score messed with the clock. It's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Alright, I'm assuming 2 hours. Because I'm assuming at 5:30 when Fujihiko saw that the clock was going off and the alarm, like, in their lounge, I'm assuming that's the same time Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30.
If the time in the building was all messed up,
And the killer knew that, so they wanted to have an
then we
alibi.
can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yep.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
No.
If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Oh, that might have been it.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a...
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud, we would have heard it too. There's no point in if does not exist in
I
this
think I know
world.
what to do.
If the time in the building was all
Kane
messed
and
up,
Fujihiko. Alright. Those are 2 accounts we know about. Yep. 5:30 a.m. That's exactly it.
Then we can only rely. The time of was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that can...
If only I heard the sound when...
Got it.
I agree with that.
Because Akane heard him fall at 5:30. He fell at 7:30. That's 2 hours off.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
you probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling sound we heard at 5:30, it's like the answer to how much time was off like in front of me. It is 2 hours.
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30. And if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the Funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
We're out only Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Guys, messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. They were trying to wear on Nekomaru, then that specific thing is... Clock's alarm? Oh, the Monokuma Taichi, okay. Got it.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realized what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Yeah, because didn't Monokuma say, like, everyone
He didn't
was
even
late?
ask you yet.
Let me see. Yeah, just how outrageous. I don't didn't expect everyone to ditch Type. Yeah, you didn't say just them.
When
In
you
Strawberry
said
House, you said
everyone,
everyone.
You were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fall?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell? Who is it?
I think he's gonna say Nagito, but I already know the contradiction. It's Nagito, but I know that this is not correct.
You're the only
Because he had
one.
the special room, which means he'll soundproof.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out. Even though the alarm was going off like crazy, you weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
You see, even Nagito knows this bullshit, so he's not talking.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling.
I'm pretty certain what we see for Nagito, I know who the killer is because of this. This is gonna, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm pretty certain this is gonna prove who the killer is. Couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House, but I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common. And I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Looking at Danny hear the rumbling noise, or Nagito, Sony, and Chiaki. The secret is what do these three have in common? The secret points to the killer. They have the deluxe room where it's soundproof. That's what it is. Yep, deluxe room. Okay, now I gotta fucking do this. Right. Okay. Fuck, I got rid of the S. No, they got rid of another S. Where's the S's? There they are. Got him.
I got it!
And I'm telling you, we're gonna figure out who the killer is because of this. Because I figured out who the killer was because of the
Nagito,
deluxe
Sonia,
room
and
fit.
Chiaki, the three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Yeah, Monty said himself. He got some probably deluxe room. The soundproof. That's why they couldn't hear anything.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve course student talent?
Another fuck you.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Yeah, I understand.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
I know. Can I get it? Can I choose?
Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Yep.
Decisive factor?
Can I go? Can I have a turn? Oh, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. Killer among us. You were missing murder Nekomaru. Here's why. Nagito, Chiaki, and Sonia all had deluxe rooms, which is why they didn't hear the sound. Gundam also had a deluxe room, but he somehow still heard the sound. That's because he wasn't actually in his room.
You're the only
Because if he had the deluxe room, why did he hear the alarm? I don't know, that means he wasn't in his room.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
Yeah.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
Yep.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me?
Yeah, because he was keeping a watch.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi. 'Cause I was in the lounge.
Exactly.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Exactly. I brought that up a while
Why'd
ago.
you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess
It doesn't matter how many ears you have. If you're in a deluxe room, you can't hear.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
That's really your...
Is that your argument?
Yeah, exactly, like, really.
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Wow, what a coincidence.
That's right. That's all it
What a
was.
coincidence,
The world
Gundam.
is
Wow.
always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
I agree.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up.
Yeah, he isn't saying anything.
Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off. Correct. Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Final bedroom.
The contact elevator was broken.
Final
As
bedroom.
I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Final bedroom
However,
thing.
I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing.
Yeah, because you used the trapdoor in the final bedroom.
Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
No, the final bedroom trap.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's
Wait,
already
can I
been
get a turn?
decided.
Can I get her to talk?
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this
Can I
contradiction.
get her to talk? What's wrong? Something is obviously wrong. That's when a contradiction is born. No such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Yep, they Gundam altered the final bedroom. Got the trapdoors so they could go between the houses.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
It is in...
As long as that
I don't
elevator
have
was
a
broken,
floor.
your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
or if there was a secret passageway.
Yes.
How much longer do you plan to
Found
lecture?
people,
Why don't
though.
we stop this already? That
Look at the vehicles. That. Okay. What triple would help with this? Elevator. Why can't I just use this? I feel like that would prove it. Oh.
The only means of travel, as long as that
I just figured it out.
Plus, the ele broken at Great.
I completely forgot about the mechanic in
Since
this
I was
game.
there's no question that
It would have been different if they.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
I forgot I can do this.
How much longer? Why don't we stop
I
this already?
completely forgot that this was a mechanic in the first place. I picked this up.
That elevator, the only
I
means
shoot
of
at you.
travel.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I forgot that was even a thing. I haven't used that in like forever. I completely forgot that existed.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Which was not good.
You're the only one.
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Exactly.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
It's almost as if they're the same building.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Okay, we're gonna say no, Gundam. We're gonna do now.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Okay, what truth what are we doing now? Gotta do another one of these.
Even if the turbine box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Okay. Got it.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
And try to provide the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, right?
Know the limits
got
of
it.
your own reasoning!
The
You
wire.
say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom...
Got it.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Because where the hell did the wire come from?
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon.
Yep.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Yeah, can I do that?
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what do you...
First of all, By messing with all the clocks
What,
in the
Nagito's
building,
doing it? What?
Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru.
But
the
that's my
elevator
thing.
was probably broken
my
by
thing.
that point.
I'm not even
Thanks to
clicking
that,
anymore. He's just going. Like,
Nekomaru
bro, that's
wasn't
my
able to go to
thingy.
Great
That's
Tower,
what I do.
Which was supposed to be
That's
the
my
meetup
special
point.
thing.
So he tried going
the
over
hell?
to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
Okay, what are you gonna
I
say?
don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumption.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitation.
That's wrong, Dad. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Guess you don't really want to admit it. And it says you requested. Provide an argument that you'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Did he use his hamsters? Do you think when he was one-on-one,
I won't let
he
you.
used his hamsters to press the button? That'd be kind of funny.
Tanaka Empire! Wither.
That'd be kind of funny. That'd be funny. I hope that's true.
I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire! Wither. Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire!
Focus with this.
I won't let you!
Angry with the fever got missing a lot.
It's Nekomaru's
It is
back.
the-
Do you really think I can get behind
Oh
him
fuck, I
so
pressed the wrong
easily?
thing. Whoops. For Dark Davis, though.
Wither!
It's gotta be.
Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you!
I had my fingers on the wrong key, so I pressed the wrong button.
Wither!
It's the
Nekomaru's
for...
back. Do you really think I can get
I
behind
messed
him
it
so
up again.
easily?
For the Davis Dark, it's gotta be it. That's honestly funny that he would have used his hamsters to press the tiny little button in his back. Do this carefully.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him? So
This is the end.
That's really fucking goofy. It's like, I got you one-on-one, and he sent his fucking hamster to go up his neck and press the button.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Yeah.
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Yeah, you already commanded. Yeah, let me see. You already said you made him press the button. Yeah, we saw that.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
Also
one of
here.
Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
So anyway, yay, I get to do it anyway. I still get to do my thing. All right. Let me see. We got lounge clock. Looks like we haven't got that yet. Lounge since early morning. That was Nekomaru. What time do we go see Nekomaru? Don't have that yet. Button. Nekomaru's feet. Don't have that yet. Tower. Button. No. False weapon. No. Get at the lounge. History. Our fault thing. I think I was the one who woke up. There. Stock 2. Well, okay, false weapon, hammer. And then if we keep going, where are the Nekomaru's feet? Don't think we have that. Weakness is see that time. Fuck. Early morning. That was pretty ego. Would that be it? Yes. Alright, let me see. We can do my little thingy. Oh, we still got more stock? Jesus. Nekomaru. I don't think that's it. And then weakness was it. That's not it yet. Feet was wrapped on the doorknob. And then we keep going. Yeah, this is a long one. The time? I don't think it is. Is it? Is it? No. Let me go back. There we go. Now we're on to the last stop. Jesus, okay. So let me see. They messed with the whole elevator thing, changed the times, beat the found bedroom so he could travel. Nekomaru woke up, Suiko saw him at that time. He's ready for that Monokuma Taichi. He's ready to get that workout in. But then Gundam sent down his hamsters, pressed the button in his back. Weakness. and then went through that, and then you messed with him, tied him up, doorknob, crushed the button, placed a false weapon. Everyone went up there. He fell because that broke, and everyone heard the sound of him falling. There we go.
Here's
That's
everything
a
that
really
happened in
long
this case.
closing argument.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our grouping. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the Funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the Funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason.
Like the robot noises they use from.
There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower, so he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the
This
wire
really
into a
isn't a
loop,
long
and hung it
closing
on the
argument.
door.
Jesus.
After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm
wakes
rang,
up like, "Hey, what
that was
happened?
also
Why
the
am I in
same
the air?"
time Nekomaru was waking up.
Hold on, that was a crazy night I had last night. Why am I hung upside down?
He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. they also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Yay, we did it. Thank God. This was a really long class trial compared to the others.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe you killed Nekomaru. I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Alright, anyway, I'm just gonna vote for you, and you're dead. Hey, 100, 100, 100, 192, 100, 99, 100, 100, 100, 88, 86, 79, 100, 98, 100, 168. Damn, that was a bad last one. B, okay. I got a lot of hundreds. That 68 probably screwed me over. Alright.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever. Oh, crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part.
Alright, anyways, let's vote for Gundam. We're just gonna vote for him anyway. And alright, this is basically over. Let's see, I wonder who it could possibly be. And it's Gundam. Alright. Wow, this really was, like, a way longer class trial compared to the other three. This was way longer. Oh, I have to read again. God damn it. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again, getting 4 in a row without any mistakes. Is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robot Nekomaru in an amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yeah, I said all without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. So the class trial's finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. We can't finish yet until we hear from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, won't change a thing. I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to me, one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
That's what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? I said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight, that is no mistake. Because he fought, he lost, and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too,
He was just
must
trying
be
to cling
the
to
will
life.
of
There are many
causality.
ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine, then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
In the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the Funhouse. I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Man, they really were fighting. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
Fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell
He
you
was serious,
this.
too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. We would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see
Nobody
it.
would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
It's a brave one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the warlock, Gundam Tanaka! Heroes, lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me! I'm not going to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance!
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might! I won't go easy on you! Don't even think about holding back! Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics! Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
Anyway, why did you fight? We were all friends. Why can't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. Do not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you.
But I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
Nothing courageous about that. There's abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Oh yeah, that's the thing I said. I forgot about that.
Fall,
Since we were locked inside that
tears.
building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. It's simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch,
Giving
you
up
will
on
die.
life. This is an insult to life itself.
Let me
You
ask.
fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lives span engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. We say killing for the sake of living is evil, and what would you call giving up on life instead?
I shall
For itself,
engulf
I've
this
read the
world.
word wrong. If a world would consider that justice, and I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce
It is
you.
a violation of the natural order. It's the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying that you try to justify what you did?
But
It sounds like Nakamura felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I betrayed you all, that is the absolute truth.
Fall.
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
I believe that's why you committed your crime.
you...
What about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make
Well, it's
history.
Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nakamaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that. Was that also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance? God, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? Can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is
Who do you think
Gundam
I am?
Tanaka.
I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for sake of you fools.
Fade like dust
Not in
the
a million,
wind.
not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Now let's leave it as that. Now then, let's be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay, got it. I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait.
This is just too much.
I beg of you.
Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
It's Sonia.
I beg of you.
Yes, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. Actors were unrefined to stopping a man from going to his death. It does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
This I do not mind, however.
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing, let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium!
Really going on for a while.
I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Alrighty, well, that went on for a bit. Well, hit the button. Yep, game over. Gundam's been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Cool, what's about to happen? Let's see. Oh, he's gonna get ran over by... He's gonna get, like, stampeded. It's not gonna stampede. Up on him for saving the hamsters. I appreciate it. Oh, he's doing something. Damn, he did that. He should just run my time down. He's running like a circle. Oh? They actually did something. Well, you're still fucked. He's still very dead. It almost did something, I'll give you that, but no, you're still dead. What the fuck? What is this? He goes up into animal heaven. He'll rise. Because of course, yeah, he's gonna go up to animal heaven. Not to ruin the mood, but Gundam would 100% go to hell. He murdered a guy, so he is going straight down. He is going straight down, back to hell. Gundam! No, no! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. If you misunderstand what he meant, then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it, damn it. I'm so pissed off, I need to throw something.
Damn
I
it!
spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're full of shit, every last one of you. The biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh,
Such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
you are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are
then
right.
we'll most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he'll be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, we'll just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If we don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey, hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? Class trial is over. It's okay for you to hurry back over to Jablock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you going to keep doing this? Especially, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, you finally feel refreshed. Just hurry right back and eat some food.
Hey, hey!
Come on, it's like that mood shift is too damn fast.
Not like that.
You know, it's like Gundam Nekomaru said. It means to live, right? Certainly something else. Seriously, I'm starving.
Hey, hey,
Let's go back for now and eat. And after we're full, let's sleep in as much as we want.
right?
And let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. Flash forward like 2 days later. Oh my god, another murder! With this, the class trials come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. Despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our very best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. At that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly just disappeared from our sight. Agito? Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. Before everyone else, too. It's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. No way the file had just Hajime's information. I thought that was obvious.
Well,
Guess they were too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
It should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I can't ignore this. Okay, so Nagito's fired up.
Kuma appears!
Alright, Makuma's arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Hi, it's only little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
What's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Well,
That's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. Actually, even you don't know. It looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
Why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally gonna confess your love?
hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. Isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even
There's
know?
a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person. Total number of 16 students would be 16, right?
Isn't that
This
right?
file contains documents that were created at Hope's Week Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right, I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making. This file even contains information about the traitor. Is that person also a former student of Hope's Week Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information to the file? Are you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not the point.
right?
The point is you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're explaining correctly when you say I knew the traitor was all along, even though I know who it is. What do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's like Mommy was after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Existence means nothing, huh?
No.
That's how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. It's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know.
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I...
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, you want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No,
I think that's a
no.
big no-no. I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel that despair. That includes you, too.
Well,
I know where you would say that. Besides, I just won't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. For to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepware such as myself and despair exist. You're right, you're a true believer of hope after all. Let's say I believe reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you. I don't know what you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, you must be extremely unlucky.
Like.
You're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Whoa.
And I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
You say that coming across as much despair is a rare opportunity. Can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepwire anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could be called ultimate hope. Two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question. If that's the case, that person's already on this island. Wouldn't that be exciting? Alright, well, anyway. Bomb time. Time to check in on the bomb that's going off. Let's see how much time we have left until we're all fucking dead. Huh, 5.5 days. Alright, so it's really cutting it close, huh? Very close to death, huh? Less than a week. Yeah, wow, so clearly, I thought it was pretty obvious. Nagito clearly learned something about, I think, everyone here, which is why he's acting different towards us. And I don't even know if the traitor's still alive. But clearly, Nagito has changed. He's gonna do something very bad at some point, probably in the next chapter. But I guess we'll find out when that time comes. So anyway, we got his Hellhound earring. Sick. Nice. So anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode here. So we finally made it through the 4th class trial. Gundam is done for after he killed Nekomaru. So that being said, we only have 7 people remaining. So we're getting kind of low on the, player count. But I guess we're gonna see what happens next as we continue the game going into chapter 5 in the next episode. So anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you like down below and subscribe as well. Keep in mind it's completely free and you can unsubscribe at any time. As always, hope you guys did enjoy and I'll see you all in the next episode.